I have always felt like there's divine timing in everything that's done, and that we find things and read things exactly when we need to. And what a gift this book is in my own process right now. And I mean, 5 fucking stars. Like, bravo, Dan Brown. I am so impressed with Dan Brown. Like, holy fuck. This is such a good book to think about everything in life. And I highly recommend this book. And this may go down in one of my favorite adventure thrillers with the occult and thinking about life. I was hesitant to read this. There were mixed reviews about it, and about halfway through I had to stop myself and say, and just really appreciate this piece of work, this piece of art that this author put together. Not only the good storytelling, but the research and the places and the thought process and the characters and the thought-provoking ideas in this book and how it came together. And this is a kind of book that will keep you thinking for long after you read it, and all the feels and all the things, and so well written, so well paced, adventure packed, heart packed, existential crisis, smack you in the face, give you a hug, break open your world, put it back together theories. So I was already a fan of Dan Brown with the Da Vinci Code like a decade ago. I already liked his work. After finishing this book, I am even more of a Dan Brown fan, and he will probably be one of the authors that I support, talk about, read. I had an instinct to get this book. I knew that it would just come at the right time. I finally wanted to get it over with through a huge transition and split in my life, and these exact thought-provoking topics written in this book around religion and science and technology and humanity, and I just have all the feels right now. I have all the feels, and I wanted to capture this because this is kind of a book where I stopped and really digest it, and I feel like when I finish a book like this, I have to kind of stop and sink in some of these concepts, but this is just so well done. It's such a well done read, and I am impressed. I'm so grateful that this book exists. It's definitely triggering. It's definitely inspiring, and this book is for thinkers and change agents and people in the bridging the divide between worlds and thoughts, and it's for everyone really who wants to think and who wants to challenge our own thinking. And I love a good challenge in thinking, so I am so impressed with this book, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this book, and I would go to say that I highly recommend anything that Dan Brown has probably ever written, because it's probably badass. If it's anything like this book, I'm sold. And I feel like this is a gift in my life right now to go through this journey. Not only epic adventure and thriller and psychological mysteries and the occult and everything you can think about in the human experience. This book is a work of art. And people who critically reviewed this, that's totes cool. I'm sure there's some cliche stuff in the way that he writes. I don't really care. I think that it's definitely worth the read, and that if you're going through any kind of major thought process about your own life or conflicting ideas or in life, this is a brain food book. And I wanted to like quote, there's some lines in here, like it's so well researched, there's so many good like quotes and so many good, I was like, I want to just like underline a lot of these things in this book, but I was reading it so fast. Like I was reading it so fast, it was so easy to read, even though it's so rich. Like this is such a rich book. There's so much information that I feel like I could probably read this like multiple times again in my life and like get so much out of this. And I love that about a good book. And those are the kind of books that I keep. Those are the kind of books that I recommend. This is the kind of book where like you want to give it to your friends if you have it, but then you're kind of like, I kind of want that back though, and like, or don't get rid of it, or like I'm gonna buy another copy, or like I'll get that again, or think about this again. It's one of those books, and I love fiction that has a deep impact. And sometimes when these kind of concepts are written in fiction versus nonfiction, they're actually easier to digest because it's nobody telling you how to think and it's nobody preaching anything. It's just really well-researched ideas put together where you get to think. And so anyway, I just finished this and I'm really happy I finally read it because it's been sitting with me for a bit now and it is a gift. So as a gift to you, I wanted to recommend it. Origin by Dan Brown. Enjoy!